Good day. Willing to do anything? Meaning what? Something filthy like helping the knacker?
That's not what I meant, but alright. What happened with the tanner?
Nothing out of the ordinary. Test his metal like everyone, but he couldn't even get past young Weed without getting his money back because we tricked him, so we threw him out.
But you didn't?
No. And when he got really annoying, he hasn't been back since. Doesn't dare to.
I want to get better at fist.
Certainly.
I'd like to practice the bait.
All right, but it'll... No.
I want to get better.
Certainly.
I'd like to hone my...
First you have to
I'm interested in more...
All right, but it'll cost you. No.
The tanner sent me. He says you've been causing a commotion at night.
Ha! So all his whining finally found a... Let me tell you something first, whelp. I'm the bailiff's man, and we're not doing anything wrong here.
He told me different.
Ha! Of course he did. Otherwise no one would help him. Go ahead and ask the lads. They'll tell you.
I'll take you at your word. But what should I do now?
The way I see it, you've got two choices. Screw that old liar.
Or there's a third possibility.
What would that be?
We put one over on that pinched penny. I'll tell him I've taken care of everything, and you and your friends don't show up here for a few days. I'll get a reward, and we can split it. And then you can come back later.
I like the sound of that tune. The devil take the tanner. We'll hole up somewhere else for...
I'm looking for work, and I've heard...
I've heard they might be looking for a new knacker. So if you're not afraid of...
Thanks, but no thanks. Word has it...
well, you've heard more than I.
I've taken care of the lads who were bothering you.
God bless you, lad. And here's something for your trouble.
If anything else grieves you, just say the word.
The groschen I got from old Ledham.
I hope he wasn't as tight as a drum. He always struck me that.
Here's your full share.
That's not half bad.
And when do you aim to be back?
A day or two. We'll see.
Just for a while, he says. To help your neighbours, he says.
He's not reacting. But all I can see that's wrong with him is his leg. I have to ask Johanka.
Just my luck to get stuck here with it. Meanwhile, Thomas and Pavel are probably playing dice up on the battlements.
Certainly. You can always use an extra pair of... And it's been like that since...
I was in a bad way myself back then. They took me to Rat-Eye unconscious. How's everyone holding up?
Holding up? People here are dying. We don't have enough food or space or...
Doesn't anyone help you with nursing these people?
Scholars.
Can I have a look at them myself?
Do you now? And what would you...
First, you have to cool it down with water. Marigold ointment helps, and it's better if you...
You do know what you're talking about.
Pulling teeth? Nothing to it.
Well, go and see if anyone needs any.
Why is there a guard?
He's here.
Because of you.
Yes. There was one time I just had enough of it all. Of the way they treat us, and I almost...
All right.
Look, last week we desperately need...
I'll do whatever. What's wrong with that man by the altar? He doesn't look wounded, but he's really...
He had a broken leg. A bad one. The bone had come right through the skin. We tried... I'm not holding out much hope for him. I've seen folk...
My God. There has to be something we can do.
And what do you suggest? The monks won't help.
Well, I can try.
You?
Unfortunately, I've had occasion to try this sort of... You have to place the bones as precisely as you can next to each other. It's hard, but you have to ignore any scream...
Well...
Are you holding him firmly?
Aye.
Done.
Hey!
Jesus, look where you're going.
I hope they leave soon.
Henry, I'm glad you stopped by.
Tell me more about... All right.
Look where you're going.
I see you look much better.
No, I feel much better. Then I heard it was all down to you.
if you ever need to know about anything that's going on in Sasau, come and see me. There's nothing much happen. Thomas is my name.
How are you doing? Feeling better?
Aye, much better. I'm truly grateful. A bit longer and I'll be...
Truth be told, I didn't come just for your health.
What do you need?
Well, I've heard tell there's work for fearless men who enjoy a bit of silver.
Ah, I believe I can help you with that. They use...
The church?
Aye, that's right. The church is locked at night, but if you see a light, the door will be open. Go in there and...
That's it? I don't need to speak to anyone? Alright, thank you.
You took care of me, why wouldn't I help you?
Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in
Amen.
heaven. What?
So, you've been looking for us, eh? What is it you want?
I hear you're hiring men who don't mind getting...
Is that so? And where did you...
Taverns and the like?
Here and wait.
I don't recall his name, but he was...
Spare me the boasting. I've got a test ready for you. Let's see...
What test?
Nothing complicated. We used to take anyone who looked like they could keep their head on straight. But not now. Now you can only join if you...
Which is what? Steal?
Nah, not theft. If you want to join us...
Who's pious? And why should I kill him?
That's none of your business. But I'll tell you anyway. Because it's an
How? Did he steal something? I'll have to find him first.
You don't need...
Then why haven't you killed him yourselves?
It's quite a test. He's hiding in a monastery.
With the stable boys? It's not hard to get into the ground.
No, not there. I would have been dead long since. He's
But only monks can get in there.
just monks and pious. He's an educated bastard. Seems...
And how am I supposed to get in?
You'll think of something. Maybe there's a secret passage. I've heard there's some cave underneath. There is this one fellow been hanging around the taverns, supposed to join the monastery soon. Might be he could. And if he doesn't help, knock him on his ass and take anything he's got that you could use to pass yourself off as him. A letter of ad...
Murder someone in a monastery?
Murder's a sin as it is.
Yes, it does. I'd be spilling blood on hallowed ground.
Well then, knock him senseless, drag him outside, and finish him off where it's less sacred.
And do you have any other...
We're not hiring stable boys. We want...
So how many men have you already...
Just a...
And what happened to them? Did they hang?
Just the first one. The others turned...
How will I recognize him?
He won't have been there long.
But what if there are others? What does he look like?
Normal. He always went about well dressed and had a...
Yes, except he'll be given a robe and they'll take his knife.
Then you'll have to try and figure out which one of the novices it is, and get him to betray himself. Try getting...
Get him drunk? In a monastery?
We're better. There's more wine there than in the royal cellar.
Fine. So I've got to kill Pius. He's in the cloister, and to get into the cloister, I'll need to enlist the help of some boy...
More or less. And
The main thing is to kill him, isn't it?
of course. But that's not all. All hell's gonna break loose in the monastery after the murder. So, either make sure nobody finds him, or hightail it out of there quick as soon as...
And what else? Should I come back here, Al?
No. Before you run for it, take his special dice and bring it as proof that you killed him. And if you can get him to tell you where he hid the coin, bring that as well.
Bring his dice and the money if I find it.
From the monastery, head east across the river. There'll be a swamp where you'll find a fire pit. Go there at night and light a fire. Make it nice and big and we'll show up. Take the dice and the money.
Right, I'm to slip into the best guarded place in the entire region and kill someone. Take his dice.
Yeah, that's the idea.
Well, you can at least say a few Hail Marys for me.
And remember,
What the hell are you doing?
That? The Lord be praised. What brings you to me?
Sir, this investigation into the Neuhoff massacre.
What have you found out?
I tracked down a gang of robbers who recruited killers for
Who's that?
Privislavitz. They know the Horsons who torched Neuhoff.
That's excellent news.
So far, not much. If I'm going to infiltrate them, I have to do what they say. That means murdering...
You have to kill a criminal to prove yourself to them? Huh.
That's not the worst of it. This Pius is hiding out in the monastery pretending to be a novice.
Good God above, that's another matter entirely. They don't let just anyone into the cloisters, and the abbot won't give up any of the novices. Secular law has no jurisdiction inside the monastery. But this is the second time that something untoward...
What should I do with Pius once...
Don't kill him. Bring him to the bailiff in Rattay. He'll interrogate the man and give him a...
It doesn't sound like an easy task,
Is someone there?
Getting into the cloisters, finding Pius, and then get...
Far from it, lad. But I have...
It seems like the only way to find Pius is to join the order.
A bit of meditation and learning would do you good. If it's really the only way to get to him, then you'll have to do it. I'm sorry I can't be of much help. Hey, sadly, my relation...
Damn! Hey!
May the Lord watch over
Vegetables!
you, Henry.
Fresh vegetables! Look, smell! Aren't they lovely?
How are you, Henry?
Jesus Christ be praised.
Asparagus that'll cut you in half, and cucumbers that'll cure what ails you.
Yeah!
God be with you.
Have you got a bed for the night?
I suppose I could find... For how long?
Just the one night.
Sure.
Here you are.
You'll like it.
Come now, surely we can come to some kind of agreement.
We cannot. Your father made his wishes.
What are you
clear.
doing?
And besides, they've already accepted you.
Well, you could tell them I run away.
What are you doing?
God be with you. Are you Carl by any chance?
I am. Why do you ask?
I've heard that you're bound for the monastery.
Yes, it's true. But I've convinced my faithful guardian, Manfred, to give me a few more days of freedom. Mind you, he won't let me visit the brothel, so instead I'm devoting those days to the demon drink.
My name is Henry.
Pleased to meet you, Henry.
What if I entered the monastery instead of you?
I would give you your weight in gold, if I had any. But Manfred there, my guardian angel and caretaker, has all the coin, and he never takes so much as a single step away from me. If you help me get rid of him...
He's been listening to us the entire time.
So what? Listen, friend, let's raise a glass. Manfred here's a sleepy old goat. We can talk once he dotes. Please, get rid of him for me.
Ah! What the hell are you doing?
Coming.
Good day to you. What do you need?
You're Manfred, the young lord's guardian?
Indeed I am. Why?
You must have a mighty thirst. Waiting here with him for days, just watching him get drunk, and not having a sip yourself.
There's no doubt I'd enjoy a drink. Heaven knows I deserve it. But if I dull my senses in the slightest, that rogue will surely get up to me.
So let's drink together. And if you start to feel unwell, I'll keep an eye on him. Like you said.
Forgive my rudeness, but you don't look like someone I could trust. I'll drink.
I've been looking for you two for quite some time. I've been sent by the young lord's father with a message intended only for him.
So, I'm just to take you at your word, am I? But where's your seal? You haven't got one. And if you were a messenger, you wouldn't be idling about in this tavern. Get out of my sight, you fraud.
Would you let us have a word in private for a moment?
I would not. If I put my guard down for a second, he'll be gone. I have to keep my eye on him. You know you shouldn't drink so much.
Who are you to tell me what I shouldn't?
There's something I'd like to talk about.
Here, just as you ordered.
Could we speak in private?
Really? Well, I'd love to talk about it, but we won't have privacy as long as Manfred. Get rid of him for me.
There's something I'd like... Let's have a drink.
A man after my own heart. The drink's on me. No, he... My dear, dear lad. What a cross I have to bear. You know, after the tavern...
Hey, look out! Oh, fuck this. My pleasure.
You must have a mighty...
Here,
there's no doubt I...
So let's drink...
Forgive...
Why have you done this to me? Why?
We've done nothing to you. It's your own intemperance that's led you here.
Intemperance. It was nothing but the usual sins of youth. And because of it, you're taking away my life.
You must understand. This is a blessing, not a curse. What would others give to serve God here, in Sassa?
What would I give if I didn't have to serve him at all?
You've had enough.
You think? Well, watch this.
What the hell? Watch out! Pickpocket!
Stop that!
Hey,
fuck! A thief!
Watch out! A thief!
I see a thief! Guard!
Thief!
Damn it! Alarm! Here! Help!
Guard! Thief!
Help! Here!
Guard! Come here quick! There's a thief over
For
there!
fuck's sake!
Help! Arrest that thief!
Come here, quick! Alarm! Here! Don't let him get away! Somebody, help! Here! Help! Come here, quick! Alarm!
Guard! Come here quick! There's a thief over there!
You there! Stop! Surrender!
I see a thief!
You committed a violation!
Yield!
Got you at last. Now you get what's coming to you.
What?
You look surprised. I've got plenty on you, you scum. Public brawling, for one thing, not to mention other troublemaking. So keep your mouth shut. You should have thought twice about what...
Oh well.
You paid... And since I...
Help! Arrest that thief!
There's a thief over there! Good! Yeah! Good!
Hey, watch it!
Look where you're going. I'll be right back with that.
What the fuck do you think you're doing? Look out! Damn the thief!
Stop that!
He's in here!
Right, try.
My
Jesus
God!
Christ!
I see a thief! Here!
Please,
Don't let him get
someone,
away!
do something!
Is anyone?
For fuck's sake!
Oh my God!
Come here quick! Alarm!
Alarm! Here, don't let him get away. I'll be right back with that. Got it for you right here.
No drinking, no good food.
What are you doing?
My respects to you.
Any chance of a bite?
Are you
to eat?
Carl by any chance?
I am.
I've heard that you're bound for the monastery.
Yes. Yes, it's true. But I've convinced
My name is Henry.
Pleased to meet...
What if I entered the monastery instead of you?
I would give you your weight in gold, if I had any. But Manfred there, my guardian angel and caretaker, has all the coin. And he never takes so much as a single step away from me. If you help me get rid of him...
He's been listening to us the entire time.
So what? Listen, friend, let's raise a glass. Please, get rid of...
God be with you.
You're Manfred, the
Indeed I am.
You must have a mighty...
There's no doubt.
So let's drink together.
Forgive my...
I'd like a beer.
I've been looking for you two for quite... Would you let us...
I would not.
I take it here. What? Are you vol... What is this thing?
You see that old man sitting at the table with the young lord?
What? He's the...
Where should I be walking to?
Oi, old man. What did you say about my mother?
Pardon me?
I said, what did you say about my dear old ma?
If she's as repulsive as you, I have no reason to speak of her at all. Now leave me alone before I put you in your place.
Put me in my place? I'd like to see you try. I gotta smash your face in,
Here,
old man.
enjoy it.
Hey!
Manfred's taken care of.
Just thank God. He won't let me out of his sight for a second, and he's itching to get me in the monastery.
Here you are, and good health.
What if I entered the monastery?
What? Voluntarily? You don't look... You can only enter the monastery if you know how to read and write, and if you have a special writ from the abbot. That's a letter confirming they know who you are, and...
So you give me your writ? I'll just tell them I'm you.
Manfred has the writ. You'd have to take it from him, but...
So I'll steal it, and then you can disappear.
Disappear? Bare-arsed? What the hell would I do? I don't know how to work, I have no money, and that old bastard's even taken my cloak.
But there are poor people everywhere, and they get by somehow.
If I have to choose between hunger and poverty on one hand and the monastic life on the other, I'm afraid the monastery wins. If I could...
That's all then.
No! Yeah! Oh! As usual.
There's another thing that... Why are you being sent to the monastery?
Like every lusty young lad, I'm fond of fair maidens, but I got too fond of one, and let's just say she was, indisposed for 9 months.
But they don't send you to the monastery for that.
They do, when it's the daughter of the lord of your fief.
Shit.
shit is putting it mildly. The Lord of Bookerville was less than pleased. He knows he'll never marry off his daughter now, so he gave father a choice. Either pay him 1,000 groschen in compensation, along with my balls on a silver platter, or pay 1,000 groschen and put me away somewhere no one will ever see me again.
Here.
Why does your guardian never leave your...
So I don't run away. Of course, I'm free to walk around, but he watches every...
Well, he's not watching you now.
What good is that to me when he has all the money?
Why don't you just run away?
Bare arsed. What the hell would I do? I don't know how to work, I have no money, and that old...
But there are poor people everywhere, and they get by somehow.
If I...
That's all, then.
What are you doing?
God be with you.
Is there somewhere I could...
Well, you've already got it.
No, thank you.
One beer for me.
Here. All right.
I'd like to speak to you about some...
What's on your mind?
Cheers!
I hear you've got a writ signed by the...
Indeed I do.
I need it.
What good would it do you? You don't want...
Yes, I do, actually. But I'll need that writ to do...
Now that's funny. I've never heard such
What if I give you a few shine...
You dare question my...
Oh!
Come here, lily liver.
I'm Carl. I'm supposed to enter.
We expected you sooner. Weren't you supposed to come here with your guardian? It's been so hectic lately, people will keep turning up.
He gave me the papers and left me at the gate. You must be used to that, though. I'm not the first novice here, am I?
But that wasn't very considerate of him, was it? It's been so hectic here lately, novices arriving one after the other. The last one didn't even have a letter, and you'd think his backside was on...
You took him without the letter? You didn't find that suspicious?
My guess is he wanted to hide from someone. But he's a priest and knows how things work in the monastery. You're a different case, though.
Sorry, I'm afraid not. I didn't know.
By the keys of St. Peter, what do you imagine we do here? Play dice all day? In the cloisters we read the Holy Scripture and transcribe. Letter or no letter, I won't let you pass this door until you learn what... But me, no buts! There's no place in the Order of St. Benedict for illiterates.
Good health to you.
I have to eat something. My insides are shriveled up with the hunger.
Good God, you look terrible.
What kind of
Young sir.
You look like you've got...
Busy. I've had so many...
What's going on?
I've been given the task of putting...
I understand.
The worst...
How?
They're like to be...
I don't...
That's a pity.
What is it?
Don't you start. Oh well, I wouldn't mind a bite to eat, actually.
Neither.
Look where you... Hey, look out!
What is it? Good God, you look terrible.
don't know what happened there. Help your neighbor.
Could do with a bite to eat.
Hey, what are you doing here? Clear off quick or I'll throw you out.
Good day to you.
I'd like to learn to read.
You? You don't look like the makings of a priest. Bear in mind, it won't be all that easy. You'll need plenty of time and a few groschen for my
All right. I don't want to waste...
Very well. I will require some groschen from you, though, and set aside at least a couple of days so I can put you through your paces. If indeed...
Here are your groschen.
Then we may as well start. He did break his vow, but better than to dishonor it here. May he follow his heart. Wake up, lad. It's time we were getting on. So, let's see you read a bit. There's a book here on the table. Try to read it.
Will I manage?
You ought to be able to. It's a simple text. Come back once you've worked your way through.
Damn!
I've read the book.
Wonderful. So tell me.
That being greedy doesn't pay.
Excellent. You're one of my most talented pupils. Like I told you, books are valuable. And the words that you place in them ought to be...
Does that mean that I can read then?
Yes, you have the foundation. Remember, my boy, the pen is mightier than the sword. To fully learn your way around... Now we'll move on to the second lesson, which will be much harder. Many books are written in Latin. There's a book on the table with some text. Read it and then come back.
I only just managed the fable about the...
You're a clever...
What the hell?
I read the page.
So tell me, this...
Nullus...
Good heavens!
Thank you. Oh, Jesus. I could really do with some sleep.
You wouldn't believe how long it's taken him to put up that tent. You'd think it was a cathedral he was building.
Pray to God the worst
Always
is over.
adding fancy bits and decorations. All I want is something to keep that damn cow out.
I've been practicing reading, and I'm back.
You think so? We'll soon find.
Naturally. I wouldn't be here otherwise.
So then, are you ready to enter the Order of St. Benedict and renounce?
I am.
Then you must rid yourself of all your worldly possessions. Sell them or give them to the poor and needy or donate them to the monastery. You may not enter this place burdened by worldly goods. Inside the gatehouse is a trunk in which you will find monk's robes. Put away all your possessions and dress yourself in the habit. Then you may rest a while I go and see...
Don't you start. Actually.
Strange feeling.
Everything's prepared. It's time for you to take your vows.
Do I really have to wear this?
You'd better get used to it. You'll be wearing it for the rest of your life.
Brothers in Christ, we have gathered here today to welcome a new novice into our midst. Dear brother, forget your former life and embrace your new vocation in the community of the monks of St. Benedict. Opus Dei, obedientia, obprobria, the service of God, obedience, and endurance of all discomfort. These are the cornerstones and succor of our order, which on this day shall become your own. Suscipe me, Domine.
Suscipe me, Domine, secundum. In loquium tuum vivam, et non confundas me ab expectatione me.
Accept your new name, Brother Gregor, and wear it with honor. Welcome, brother.
Welcome, brother. I am Antonius, a novice like you. I've been instructed to guide you around the monastery and tell you what you can expect and what your duties will be.
Would you tell me something about yourself?
I'm a novice and I'm here because I'd make a poor merchant. I like books and I want an education. Although I must say, so far the monastic life's been quite unexpected.
Thanks for helping me out during the ceremony.
You don't know Latin, do you? Don't worry. Work in the scriptorium will teach you fast enough. Why exactly?
I'm being punished. If it were up to me, I'd still be spending my days in taverns and my nights with whores.
I don't envy you. Unfortunately, you're here for the rest of your life.
Is it alright if we don't do the tour?
Literally a complete novice, you'd be interested to know what you have to do tomorrow. But if you don't want to come with me, I won't force you. Here's a letter from the prior with the daily schedule. Read it and...
Let's go then.
Good. But before we do, here's a letter directly from the prior telling you all your regular duties from tomorrow onwards. Follow me closely. I'll explain everything as we go.
I feel quite hungry.
Remember one word. Discipline.
I'd like to ask you something about the monastery. Who's in charge of it?
Truthfully, everyone except us. But if...
I see. Are there any rifts?
Yes. From the moment talk began about electing a new abbot, it's been like a hornet's nest.
Tell me something about electing the abbot.
Abbot Peter is old. When he dies, they'll have to select a new abbot from amongst the brethren. The candidates are John and Nevlas.
Tell me something about, like...
Work, prayer, as if you didn't know.
What are the roles of the varied...
Someone takes care of the library, someone else... But it's the circators you should worry about. They can be quite strict, so if you want to avoid...
It occurred to me you might be the man to ask. I'm looking for some lockpicks.
Lockpicks? You surprise me, brother. And you, a nobleman's son. But you could ask...
I feel quite hungry.
God be with you.
Why such haste?
This is the way to the dormitory, where we all sleep. You'll find a free bed there, which is now yours. Do you know the first thing the monastery taught me? To appreciate sleep.
I'll have to get something to eat.
You rise
I'm
before
starting to get
dawn every
hungry.
day. Takes a bit of getting used to.
Pay
Watch
more
your step,
attention, but
brother.
why such haste?
This is the garden, a place for silent contemplation and meditation. Centuries ago, this monastery was founded by the most esteemed of brothers, Saint Procopius. His earthly remains can be found in a cave under the monastery, and his spirit wanders the corridors at night, punishing any misbehaving novices. So beware.
Here are the frattery and scriptorium, together with the library. These are the places where we work.
Who would you choose as the new...
Why should I even think about that when I don't have the right to vote?
I could do with a bite to eat.
This is the refectory, where we come together to eat. During meals, you must be silent. Only one brother reads aloud from the Rule of St. Benedict.
The Rule is the only law we recognize, with the exception of those from God himself. If you break any of its precepts, expect a swift punishment. But I've already told you about the circuitous. The library, the pride of our monastery, a trove of learning. We don't just read books here, we also copy them. You too will learn how.
Pay more... In a rush to pray?
In a rush to pray? Don't you start. Oh well, I wouldn't mind a bite to eat, actually.